Thank you, graduates and your families, FIT faculty, FIT trustees, SUNY trustees, President Brown, and Chairman of the SUNY Board of Trustees, Carl McCall. Congratulations, students. You have already achieved more than I had at your age. You have earned your degree. Let me explain. During my last semester at school, I let my ego get in the way of earning my degree. I thought that because I was winning awards and getting job offers, there was no reason to sit through those last 2 classes at FIT and graduate. Instead, I dropped out and started my career. Since then, I have regretted that decision until today. I am humbled by the honorary degree that you have bestowed upon me. Thank you. You realize, though, this now qualifies me to dispense some advice. So here you go. Although I wish this could be a two-way conversation, because I feel, like many here, that I could learn as much from you as you can from me. Because you're closer to age 5, and that is when I think we knew it all. After that, we're just on the journey to remember. At age 5, I remember my dad taught me to imagine possibilities. He worked for Raymond Loewy, the father of modern design. As you may know, Loewy designed everything from the Lucky Strike cigarette package to the Coca-Cola vending machine and even Air Force One. While working for Loewy, my dad designed the Studebaker Hawk, a car born the same year as me. My dad thought he designed me too, and all my baby pictures show me propped up on the front end of the Hawk like a hood ornament with the caption, "My 2 best works of art." As a designer, my dad inspired me to see things beyond what they appear to be. He would take me to car shows, and I would become immersed in discovering the different design elements of each hubcap, which were close to eye level for a 5-year-old. Then we would talk about what else could be made that way and how those parts could be reassembled to create a different whole. He taught me abstract thinking, design, and curiosity. Between my dad's influence and the wonderful education I received at FIT, it was no accident that my first success was as a jewelry designer and maker, using metal as my material of choice. My imagination, curiosity, and skill in the studio contributed to my winning the De Beers Diamond International Award and having my work acquired by several museums. As you can imagine, I was feeling pretty good about myself. I had accomplished in my 20s what some people spent lifetimes trying to achieve. But that feeling lasted just a few weeks and then it faded. I realized life was not about attaining some ego-driven goal or winning an end game. The truth is, there is no end. It's all about the journey, and the journey is the creative process. I am grateful to have learned such an important lesson at an early age. So my first piece of advice, don't let your ego determine your journey. Keep it in check so that your heart can be the operating system of your life. There is no blueprint for what you should be doing. Create your life as you live it. I never had a 5-year plan. I paid attention to what got my attention. I believe that your attention and your curiosity are your most valuable assets. Being the curious child I am has not only led me down a path of creativity and innovation in the work I do, but also informs the way I live my life, always asking questions rather than seeking answers. "Do not seek the answers," wrote the poet Rainer Rilke. "Live the questions now." Perhaps someday, far in the future, without even noticing it, you will live your way into the answer. Before I take a new job or an opportunity, I always ask, what will I learn, and will this company use me for what I do best? What I do best has evolved the more I have learned. This method assures me of having new experiences all the time. I realize now that I was being playful in repeating nothing in the variety of roles I had and the companies I have worked for. All of my experiences were unique, allowing me to see things from different perspectives, which is critical as we move into this multidimensional world. So my next piece of advice, keep asking questions that will shape the choices you make in your life. The questions you ask create the frame into which the answers will fall. Ask questions in order to discover possibilities, because anything and everything is possible, especially today. Elon Musk wants to partner with Craig Venter to 3D print life on Mars. The ink would be a universal recipient cell that can have any DNA spliced into it and brought to life. I wonder what question he asked to get that answer. My last piece of advice, no matter what you do, keep playing, because the opposite of play is not work, it's depression. Play allows you to break out of established patterns in order to look at things in a different way. This is a time when we are playing in the most sophisticated ways. Your generation will be playing with creating new life forms the way I played with Legos. I once brought in Dr. Stuart Brown of the National Institute of Play to take the play histories of the team that I was working with at a major company. He believes that if you think about a time when you felt pure joy playing as a child and strip that form of play down to its essence, you'll be happiest if you are doing some form of that in your adult life. Through this exercise, I remembered how I got lost in the moment and how joyful I was in the act of building things out of all kinds of materials and forms, creating a variety of unique structures, but with people always at the center. It was at that moment that I finally understood my eclectic resume. I realized that what I had been doing throughout my career is a version of the way I played when I was a kid. I go into every project with the same sense of curiosity and imagination, but instead of building stuff with paper towel tubes held together by chewing gum, I'm building products, building brands, and building new ways for people to work together, bringing their whole selves to work. So if you ever get stuck on your journey and aren't sure of the life you should be living, know that you have all the answers you will ever need inside of you. Just close your eyes and see yourself playing in a state of joy. Note what you are doing and how you are feeling, and then go in search of that same feeling, sensing what wants to emerge without any fear. Though I will admit I was a bit fearful as I worked on what I was going to say to you today, hoping that sharing some of my process would be helpful to you, but also recognizing that we are each responsible for repeating our own story, for creating our story. I would think to myself, I wonder how this is going to work out. Note, a question. My answer is, if you fall in love with the process of not knowing and can enjoy the wonderment and the curiosity of it all, then you will fall in love with the process of your entire life. Do what you do for living, not for work, and never, never stop playing. Thank you.